Raymond Etiak Baleño, Domezor travel and tour. Africa is calling. Can you hear the sound? Welcome home. Welcome home.
The outside is very bright.
Welcome home. Motherland calling.
Yeah. We are here at W.E.B Center.
Welcome home. Welcome home. Motherland calling. Come back home.
August 27, 1963. Does this date ring a bell to you? August 27, 1963. So that's the day before the March on Washington, led by Martin Luther King Jr. So in here we say that Dr. Du Bois handed over to the next generation. Right behind me we have his graduation gown from Harvard University and also his 95th birthday gift from the University of Ghana. He took a photo wearing this and it's right up there. Also, that little boy sitting in the middle is Dr. Du Bois when he was 4 years old. You know, also Native American. That's so much hair. Now remember, he did come to edit the encyclopedia, and we have what he did right here. It's in 3 volumes, 1, 2, and 3. Volume 1 talks about Ethiopia and Ghana. Volume 2, Sierra Leone and Zaire. Zaire is now called Congo. And volume 3 talks about South Africa, Botswana, Lesotho, Swaziland. 8 countries in 2 years. That is a lot. The reminder is
And it's not called Swaziland anymore, right?
Come again?
Is it called something different?
But I think it's called Swazini.
Yeah, it's Swazini, something like that.
Now, can anyone speak Chinese in here? No.
Yes, I can speak Chinese.
You can?
Yeah.
So somewhere in the 1950s, the US government accused Dr. Du Bois of being a spy for the Russians. And we know the Russians are communists. Now they seized his passport for 6 years. And for a man who loved to travel and learn, like literally that is the worst thing you can do to him. So after he got his passport back, the first thing that he did was take a trip to China. He says, if I've been accused of something that I know nothing about, I might also go straight to them. When he arrived in China, he was 91 years old. So they honored him with 4 gifts. First, they gave him this walking stick. Not just to help him walk, but to the Chinese, this indicated that Dr. Du Bois was a leader. Then they gave him these 2 scrolls. Now the scroll on the right says that a credit to colored races. You are a shining example, winning universal admiration. Committed to world peace, you are riding the east wind, enjoying happy longevity. They also said he was a wise old man, because who goes to something they've been accused of? So they honored him with an embroidery of himself. So the scroll up there depicts his wisdom, the king depicts his leadership, the gray hair his age, the sack in his hand the giver, and the deer depicts peace. He was a man who always used his words. Now can you guess how many publications he made in his life? 100. He made 1,975. Almost 2,000. I asked yourself that, did he ever take a break? Did he ever take time to live, be with his family? He did not. Now, after the Chinese gave him these 3 gifts, they still felt like it wasn't enough. So they celebrated his birthday, a national holiday in China.
Really?
Do they still celebrate it?
Just in 1959. And that was on February 23rd, 1959. And today marks 158 years of his birth. So today is his birthday.
No. Really?
Yes.
We are here at the right
On
time.
his birthday.
Yes.
That's good.
So in here we have his walk-in closet. The other door leads to his washroom. So please feel free, have a look around for a few minutes before we move on. The office of Dr. Du Bois' second wife, and we have a picture of her right here, Shirley Graham Du Bois. Now, when she came to Ghana, she was appointed as the advisor to the president. She was also appointed as the director for GBC, which is Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. The year 1963, her husband passed away, and she still stayed in this house until 1966. And that is the year that the president was overthrown by the military.
Oh.
Now, if you were in Shirley's shoes, what would you do?
Leave.
And where would you go?
Back home.
Where?
We're back home. England. I didn't even go to England. No.
So,
She came back to
Shirley
America?
went to Egypt.
Oh, did she? Oh.
Now, in Egypt, unfortunately, she got diagnosed with breast cancer. So she went to China to get treated, but she didn't survive the treatment. So Shirley died in China in 1977. On her deathbed,
How old was she?
she was 80 years, 79 years.
Oh, okay.
Now, on her deathbed, she requested that she wanted to be buried in Ghana, right beside it. So she was cremated and her ashes sent back home. Now, sometimes I do believe that, or I take it from her that if one person does something, it doesn't affect the whole community. Because the president was overthrown. This could have been her sign that maybe I'm not coming back here. But to her, what the military did is not something that she's going to associate with the country as a whole. So she came back. Now, this room is dedicated to women. That is why we have these photos on the wall. Every time they're talking about the men, here we get to shine.
What was it about Egypt that she wanted to go to Egypt? Was it
So she had a
Fatina's
son.
family? Oh, she had a son.
That was staying there.
Oh.
They were all in the United States, but when they came to Ghana, their son went to Egypt.
Okay.
When he was working. But when he turned 83, he got married again.
He liked being married.
I just think he liked
Somebody
somebody So at 83 years old, Dr. Du Bois married Shirley Graham Du Bois. Now, Shirley was literally the female version of him. She was a teacher, a writer, an editor, and a Pan-African leader. Everything you can think of Dr. Du Bois doing, she is doing it as well. Yes. Now, unfortunately, 10 years after their marriage, something tragic happened. Now, can you take a guess?
She died.
She died.
His daughter died.
Right. That's what I was thinking. Oh.
At the age of 93, he buried his daughter.
Oh.
Now imagine fighting so hard for black liberation, fighting for your family and other families as well, only for them to not be there when you're celebrating your success or your victories. Because at 93, Dr. Du Bois moved to Ghana by the invitation of Ghana's first president to come and edit the Encyclopedia Africana. This book was to tell the history of Africa, and Dr. Du Bois is the editor of that book. But the people that he started with were not there. Ago. Now, I always say, and I do believe that the death of his daughter might be what actually pushed him to edit this encyclopedia. Because he got this invitation long before he even came. But at that moment, he believed that if I don't do this today, then when? I did not believe my daughter will go before me, but she is gone. So if I have a few years left, I need to leave a mark. Dr. Du Bois says that now is the accepted time, not tomorrow, not some more convenient season. It is today that our best work can be done, and not some future day or future year. Tomorrow comes the harvest and the bleeding. Today is his harvest. Whatever that he fought for Black people to be united, I see it today. Because he moved to Ghana, I get to meet you today. But if he hadn't come, you and I wouldn't cross paths. Maybe, how would we know?
Yeah.
Now, because he came at a very old age, unfortunately, he could not complete the encyclopedia. So when he died, two individuals took up the project, Kwame Anthony Appiah and Henry Louis Gates Jr. So
Henry Louis Gates.
Yes.
I didn't know that. Did y'all know that? The Skip Gates, you know, with the roots.
Yeah.
So
He took up for
yes, he did.
boys.
So this is a complete version of the encyclopedia.
He was at this.
Now this has all African countries. It also includes experiences of African Americans.
So what does Skip Gates do exactly?
He was the editor of this book. So he and Kwame Anthony Appiah, they had a team, did the research, and then they edited the book and dedicated it to Dr. Du Bois.
Uh-oh.
1,500 books that Dr. Du Bois shipped to Ghana. In this shelf, you'd find books written by him and his second wife, but every other book is a book they were reading at the time. Now we also have this curtain here, and can you tell me what you see?
A spider web.
A spider web.
Oh.
So the spider web signifies unity of the people because it is woven together. Now you can find so many shapes and forms in here, yet still it's taken together. So as humans, we are all different, but if we decide to stay together, we can be together. And that is exactly what Dr. Du Bois was fighting for. But can you tell me his initial? Dr. Du Bois. Can you tell me his initial?
Initial what? Or
His name.
oh, it's William.
Yeah.
So
Edward. W.
Yeah,
William Edward. I don't know what the B is.
Bernhard.
What is it?
Bernhard.
But what they are is web.
So the initial is W.E.B.
Yeah.
Together
Oh.
it's a web.
Web.
We were thinking too hard on that. Say William.
I said William Edward. I was like, William Edward.
Yeah, I took it too far.
You got us on that one.
Yes.
Beautiful.
This used to be Dr. Du Bois's guest room, but now we have turned it into a public library. All these books you see are donations, both from the government and other individuals. So if you have any books in your library that you'd like to donate to us, they're welcome.
I sure do. Yeah, let me get your contact information.
But now you can also tell that this place isn't looking its best. For a man like him, this is not a library worthy of him. So there is a plan to restore and preserve this place. Hopefully by 2028, this place will be a whole new different. So I do hope to see you back when you're done. Now we need a lot of books to fill the library. So this place will go back to being his guest room and library will be outside. So this room used to be the backyard, but we have turned it into a conference room. So this room is open to people who want to hold meetings. So even if you have a meeting you want to hold in Ghana, this room will always be available for you. Now in here we are honoring first presidents across the continent. So we have here on the wall first presidents of different African countries. Then we also have other African leaders on this side of the world as well. Now these stools that you're sitting on, these are royal. You mostly find them in the King's Palace. But these were gifted to Dr. Du Bois when he moved into the house. And each one has its own meaning.
Oh.
Now where do I start?
Start from here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you can sit. So the stool that she is sitting on says that love does not forget its way home. And there's actually two of that. So what she is sitting on and what you are also sitting on. Love does not forget its way home. Wonderful. The stool that you are sitting on symbolizes abundance. Abundance in wealth and in everything good. Then we have here authenticity, or being true.
A few people.
Okay, mention
Some
them.
of them I know more their
Okay.
faces than their names. So Mandela, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King.
And which one Martin Luther King is?
Martin Luther King.
Is Martin Luther King. And then who else?
Malcolm X.
Malcolm X.
That's Nelson Mandela.
Nelson Mandela.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this one.
Is that Marcus Garvey? No, I don't know. That is Marcus Garvey.
Yeah, this one was.
Okay. That's it. I think that's it.
And then this one is Jomo Kenyatta. And then this one is the actress member from Congo. And then Jomo Kenyatta, Kenya.
Okay.
And there's a Washington.
Who?
I think in this one there's a Washington as well. Yeah. And then who is this?
I was gonna say Langston Hughes, but I don't know. I feel like he's too young to be.
We talked about him. Yeah. This one is Kwame Nkrumah. This is the Kwame Nkrumah.
Okay.
Yes.
Don't test it. I'm not ready for the test yet.
Pardon?
Oh,
Don't worry. Don't worry. This is great.
Ago.
Amen.
So this is Dr. Du Bois's gravesite, and he's buried right here. Now, when he first died, he was buried at the Osu Castle. That is about 10 minutes away from here. But in 1986, the government decided to transfer the tomb here so he can visit his home and his burial sites in the same environment. On his tombstone, we have two vessels, each containing soil. So soil from his hometown in Massachusetts, and soil from the grave of his first wife and his two children. We also have water from his hometown as well. Now the ashes of his second wife are right here in this box. Now can we all look up at the ceiling? What do you Now not only did Dr. Du Bois have the name Webb, he literally lived like a spider. Wherever he went, he made sure to leave a legacy, just like the spider leaves its web. Before he died, he left a message. He says that one thing alone I charge you, as you live, believe in life. Because always human beings will live and progress to greater, broader, and fuller life. The only possible death is to lose belief in this truth, simply because the greater end comes slowly, just because time is long. I'm going to use myself as an example. I did not study history, and I'm a very shy person. I literally don't like crowds. But I came here and I told myself that I don't know why I'm here, so I have to try to fit in. I have to try to blend in this job. If I don't try, how will I know whether it will work for me or not? So I gave myself 2 weeks. I went into the library and I started reading. I was given my very first tour, and it was a horrible experience for me. I couldn't answer any questions. I didn't even know where Dr. Du Bois was born. I had read, but I stood there and couldn't say anything. That same day, somebody I came with was doing a tour and flowing easily. I told myself, like, why am I different? Maybe we all studied. So why is she getting it and why am I not getting it?